Okay, so in the second screencast, we're going to talk about the Study Skills toolbar, which is this toolbar right here. You can open and close it by using this toggle. On it, you can see that you've got highlighters. You can erase your highlighting. You've got footnotes, sticky note. You can create a text note. You can create a voice note. And you can do some other things as well, but those are the ones that we mainly use. So I'll do this the way I would if I were actively reading. I've set the mode on self-paced. I've set the unit on paragraph. I've turned the reading speed up to 165. And now I'm going to ask it to read by clicking on read.
George Orwell.
And you can see it's stopping at the end of each unit. So I have to actually
Shooting an elephant, 1936.
push it through.
George Orwell, 1903 to 1950, has written some of the most influential novels and essays of the 20th century. His work, including Animal Farm in 1984, centers on biting satire, examinations of the dangers of totalitarian political systems, and frightening depictions of future dystopias. As you read, consider the way Orwell presents himself as the narrator through his depictions of his actions and reactions.
Okay, now I'm going to click on it. So what I want to do is highlight and margin note the important information in this section. And so I will choose a highlighter to do that. I'm going to choose this information because when I do an extraction, I want this to be included. I'm also going to choose the keywords and phrases that I think I'm going to need to remember and work with. Which are these? Oops, I went too far there. So I'm going to use the eraser. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, now I'm going to create a sticky note. If I want a sticky note, I have to click on sticky and then I'll place it here. I may have to resize it later and move it, and I'll show you how to do that too. I'm just going to type something very straightforward. Orwell. It's going to speak the words as I type. 20th.
Orwell.
I can use abbreviations as long as I remember what they are, just like I would in margin notes if I was working on a paper copy. All right, great. So there's my first margin note. I'm going to change the color of my highlighter and grab some vocabulary I want to define. So I'm going to take totalitarian and I'm going to take dystopias. And I'm just going to show you how to get Kurzweil to define a word. So I'm going to go right up here. I'll place my cursor at the beginning of the word. I'm going to go up here to definition. I'm going to click on that. It's going to give me a full definition that I can have read to me. I'm not going to use that whole definition in my sticky note. Instead, I'm going to use a synonym because it's more efficient. I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm going to have Kurzweil read me this list because I might have trouble with these words if I've got a language-based learning disability. Then I'm going to choose the ones that I think really are ones that I clearly understand. I'm going to copy them and close this box and then create another sticky note in which I paste the definition, or sorry, the synonyms. All right, I'm going to have to move this because it's overlapping. So you can see this could be a little bit tricky. Don't get too frustrated. I always tell students that. I'll move it here. I can also go like this. It's taking up too much space. Actually, let me move it down here because what I want to do is put the word that I'm defining at the beginning, of course. Totalitarian. Okay, So those are two things that are easy to do and important to do: highlight and margin note, but also define text and record your definition. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to extract highlights and margin noting. And you do that from the file menu. You go to extract, you go extract notes and highlights. You choose what you want it to extract, and then you just hit OK. You'll see that everything that you've highlighted and margin noted appears here. This is really useful because if you actively read effectively, of course, you're going to have a summary of the text in your margins. You're going to have important vocabulary if you're keeping track of that. You can use this material to review for a quiz or a test. You can use it to write a summary. You can use the highlighted material for quotations in a paper. So it's really useful. You do have to take this material and paste it into a Word document or some other document that you'll use it from. Okay, so those are the basics of using the active reading toolbar. There's more to it, so I would suggest just kind of messing around with it to see how it works and get the basics down first, and then see what the other features are that you might be able to use. Okay.